Krishna would go and tell Yashoda, please, 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 you handle Balaram. Daoji teases me like anything. Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, he says that how when Krishna was in Dwarka, right, all the queens, they all understood he is not here with us. Right? His queens are like, there is so much here, but his heart is in Vrindavan. Right? To the point, even when he is on the Kurukshetra war, Gita, and so many verses, such beautiful. Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, he shares how, he says one time, there's only one way to bring him back to consciousness. Okay? What do? I'll have to recite some pastime of Vrindavan. Is the problem now? If he goes to Vrindavan, he will not come back. So Uddhava says, then Balaram says, why would he not come back? And then Narada tells, she has become so thin. Right? And they simply cry and cry. And Uddhava says, yes. So Uddhava says, I was given letters by Krishna to go simply follow this water. And wherever this water stops, where has Krishna gone? I could not console them. I was trying to tell them. Krishna would come back home and say, nobody trusts you, the cows, but we increase the distance for because I did not allow Krishna to go fully on his way. The way Krishna is everywhere. Krishna is everywhere. Right? Krishna is not different from Brahman. Right? And right? Balaramji is so. Now Balaramji, you go. And Balaramji is so. Now Balaramji, you go. And Balaramji said, when he recites the wonderful Vrajalila pastimes, right? And by that time Krishna is trying to run away. And Balaram of three of them. And especially to Krishna he prays, I want this darshan to be available to every separation of the Braja devotees. This is the form that is visible to us in Jagannath Puri now. So if we think, why is that? We want you to come back to Vrindavan. So they took the and reside here. That's the whole pastime. Right? That's for the calendar period. And then begins the Ulta Rath. Right? But it does not get pushed on. The Pandas will say, Jagannath ji is waiting for some devotee to come. The Pandas will say, Jagannath ji is waiting for some devotee to come. When the devotee will get darshan of Jagannath, and the temple name? The main temple now. They have to be accepted in the Lakshmi ka. You tell me. Give me evidences. Your wife goes anywhere, they have to give permission, then only cooking happens. Nothing was coming hungry. One house remains. There they are invited. And now they are hungry. I didn't tell you, it's the same hungry lady. Really? That same house we are there. And he will have to answer. And beautiful poems they will sing. And he will have to answer. And beautiful poems they will sing. Beautiful bhajans they will sing there. Right? Special big round. Right? Special big round. Right? Our eyes are university. Our eyes are university. Right? There's something called as if you are doing. Right? There's something called as if you are doing engineering especially. They will give you some engineering especially. They will give you something like the eyes. Yeah. Whoever comes in front of Jagannath, find any time where the activity is not going on. Some find any time where the activity is not going on. Something about Jagannath is always going on. But especially Odan Shashti day, Pundarik Baldev, and they were on his chest. You comment about us, you comment on our clothes, and you Shiva, Durga. He attacked the South India provinces, right? But he was, to cut the story short, because I have that's a huge story. So, both of them, small boys, they started going ahead. Right? And Jagannath ji, he took out his ring and he gives to that lady and says, keep this ring. He gave, this is Jagannath's ring. He's back. So the daughter's name is Padmavati. Right? So the king is back, takes a broom in the hand and he brooms in front of the chariot. Why? They'll get the girl also back. And when the marriage happens, the king gives Kanchi Ganesh in marriage in Jagannath Puri. No fasting here, only feasting. That's what happens in Jagannath Puri. No. First go to these Devata temples, demigod temples. So the Lord is there, and then the Devatas rice in a mud pot, dal in a mud pot, whatever was offered to Jagannath, that same, I don't know what miracle is there in that pot. They will be exactly, and you always be this dancing Lord who dances. Right? And Jagannath is the one who is in separation of Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani in separation of Krishna. And this is the Rath Yatra. Right? Tradition. So, Indradyumna Maharaj, how much Jagannathji asked Indradyumna Maharaj, ask for 3 blessings. The benediction he had asked was, Maharaj, ask for 3 blessings. The benediction he had asked was, your eyes should never close, means you should give 24 hours darshan. Should never close, means you should give 24 hours darshan. Was second thing. The third of Jagannath are very special. Right? So we have the closest. So they have to take pride. So we have the closest. So they have to take pride. You have to take pride. Year round you don't give us chance. But why are they not allowed? Because history has. Year round you don't give us chance. But why are they not allowed? Because history has. 2 things are about history. One is history and one is future. The history is so many attacks happen on the temple. So many times they broke the temple. Like Brahmachari actually from Chowpatty temple on Raghurajpur. He one time wanted, and he was, you don't look like. He told me, kya karu? What should I do to prove? No, we don't accept. And Chakra is there. So wherever you see Chakra, you can do Dandavat is as good as taking darshan of Jagannath of Nagpur. It was gifted by them. So our Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, he was written a purport. Jagannath, it was done by Srila Prabhupada. And how this Rath Yatra, one Prabhupada disciple, I'm especially talking about him because, he's going through a very big health crisis again in his life. His name is Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj. Right? And he was a 19-year-old boy who was walking on the San Francisco street, and there Jayananda Prabhu, one Prabhupada disciple, he was making Rath Yatra cart, the first Rath Yatra carts, So this boy was walking on the street, and Jayananda Prabhu simply requested him, there's a lot of work to be done here, can you help me? Pushed some few nails into the wood. Why not? And he took the nails and he pushed. Wow, what seva you have done. You're a very good carpenter, huh? Somebody appreciates me also. And he gave him a little halwa to eat. Halwa was he appreciated halwa so much. He asked, do you have more work? Because he didn't want work, he wanted halwa. Right? And he said, yeah, I have a lot of work to do. You can come every day. He started coming like that. 19-year-old boy came to ISKCON, attended Rath Yatra. When he was 20-year-old, Prabhupada made him the president. When he was 22-year-old, Prabhupada gave him sannyas. He's 22-year-old boy. And he told Prabhupada, I'm young. And Prabhupada told him, you're not the body. I accept. If you say I accept, I am not the body, I am soul. 22-year-old he took sannyas. When he was 23, Prabhupada was introducing him to some people in Mumbai, and Prabhupada told him, very soon he will initiate more than 50,000 disciples. 23-year-old, and he's actually done it. He has initiated more than 50,000 disciples around the world. The kind of preaching this one person has done. Another time Prabhupada introduced him, he is one of the associates of Lord Chaitanya. He's from a family of millionaires. In those days also, he was like that. But because Prabhupada told him, go to Mayapur and serve there. And in those days, Mayapur was nothing. Some marshy land and some small temple and some huts. That was all ISKCON Mayapur. Today when you go to ISKCON Mayapur, it's so huge. But, so I tell you this. I was talking to our Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj, Ujjain, and he was saying, I was a boy in college in 1992, and I knew in Calcutta, I knew there is somebody called Jaipataka Swami in Mayapur. And we all wanted to take his darshan. But kaun hai Baba? What kind of service he has done for Srila Prabhupada's movement? He says, when we went to Mayapur, we were waiting and thinking, somebody will come in big palanquin, some big guy will come. He said, my first introduction of Jaipataka Swami was, he has, he'll put a feta like that, he would put like that, a turban, right? And he's on a bicycle, and he has, those iron rods we call salia for construction, iron rods, right? Steel rods. Those steel rods, heavy load of it on that cycle, he has tied that to the bicycle, and he was driving that bicycle all the way from Krishnanagar to the temple, Mayapur temple. So this is how he entered. Somebody told me this is Jaipataka Swami. Really? He's such a great personality. Prabhupada disciple, and Prabhupada appreciated it, and we knew so. And this level of service he's ready to do. So I simply fell on the ground right there out of respect for him. What kind of personalities are these? But where have we got that personality from? From the Ratha Yatra. He simply came to put some nails, right? And today, what level of service he is doing. So Jagannath's mercy like that is available to all of us, right? Taking Jagannath darshan, Jagannath prasad, attending the Ratha Yatra, right? Ratham tu vamanam drishtva punar janmana vidyate. So Prabhupada would conduct this Ratha Yatra even when he was a small boy. And then Prabhupada continued the same Ratha Yatra around the world. And Prabhupada inspired us so much that the Ratha Yatras are going on and on and on every year. Right? And Donald Trump also has got mercy, you know that? Donald Trump also has mercy of Jagannath. Right? The first Ratha Yatra was to happen in New York. Right? They were amazed, why? How did we get permission for Fifth Avenue? But now the Ratha Yatra, Rath carts have to be made. Where do you make big Raths? So it was 1978, if I'm not wrong, when Donald Trump he owned a rail yard. He owned that, and it was empty at that time. It was Donald Trump who gave the permission to make the Rath cart, first Rath cart in New York, that was made in his facility. Yeah. So that way he also has received mercy. But he is not very merciful to somehow. Okay, Jai. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Okay, another thing I'll tell. When you go for prasadam there, especially prasadam I'm talking about, every item has every item that you see there has some connection with somebody. I'll give you just one evidence. You will not get this outside, that prasad does not come. There's a pan that gets offered to Jagannath ji, right? And that is called Udiya pan. Why Lord should be offered pan? There is one panwala, betel leaf, right? This guy would sell pan, and Jagannath and Baldev, they would just go out and roam around. In the night, I told you, he will go for now the Ras Leela. So he goes around, and these two boys, small boys, they would come to this panwala, and they would ask him, give us some pan. And they were so sweet, so nice boys. He would give them free. Please take. You also eat pan. I am also closing my shop. You also take. One day one person was observing, he said, hey, what is going on? These two boys look to be from good houses, right? Ask for money. Check who are they. The next day this panwala said, hey, tell me, give me some money. He said, we don't have anything, we told you we don't have any money, but we like your pan. So you have to give something today. So that day Jagannath ji gave his Angavastra to that panwala. Right? But when the pujaris opened the altar, they saw, hey, where is the Angavastra man? Who came here? Somebody stole the Angavastra. And then it was found with this panwala. He was caught by the king. Right? You must have gone in and you stole it. Right? But then Jagannath ji came in the dream of the king and the priest and told him, no, we like his pan. We would go every day And that's how he asked us, so we gave our cloth to him. And the king, so many stories you hear, king taking out a farman, an official letter. From that day, that pan shop was closed, and that vendor was told, move into the temple. Every day, Jagannath should be served pan. And from that day onwards, that whole family is not allowed to work anywhere. They simply serve pan and temple, and the king takes care of them. And every item has some connection. Mangoes offered, coconut offered. You'll see one laddu offered. And the laddu has, rope all around. Why laddu should be made like with rope all around? There was one lady, she thought, I also want to offer something to Jagannath. Nobody can go in, the pandas only serve. What did she do? She went to Anand Bajar. Whatever was remaining, she would beg, collect that. So whatever is bhoga comes out as prasad. Whatever remains does not get sold, she would pick it up, go home, right? Once again apply jaggery to it and make good out of it and tie it. And she was offering it. She would offer it at the Simhadwar. From there only she would offer. And when Panda saw, what are you doing? I am offering to Jagannath. And Jagannath doesn't accept it like this. And then when the pujari went in, he saw the pieces of that laddu there and the thread. And Jagannath ji came in the dream of the priest and said, I like to eat that laddu, offer it every day. So that laddu gets offered like that. They don't go to Anand Bajar and collect, but they make separately now. So all the items, many of the items that get offered, some khichadis are there, very special. These khichadis are because this connection with some devotee. Jagannath ji said, I want this now. So I told you about the butter thief. I told you about the kheer thief. Jagannath ji is known for what theft? Not pan to Bangal. Not makhan. Jackfruit thief. He stole jackfruit from the king's garden. There's so many wonderful stories. But this is how our Lord is there. He wants to exchange love with his devotees. He's hungry for love. Whose love? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktah prayachati. Krishna is saying, tad aham bhakti. You offer me, but offer me with love, and I accept love from my devotees. Krishna is hungry, but he's hungry for love. Thank you very much. Whatever I wanted to speak has not happened to me. I love the question. Okay.
Reflection.
Ask Mataji. She was saying, who knows Prabhuji you have to serve Prasad?
Who was asking?
Whatever. There were two Matajis behind you saying, Prasad. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for your presence. Was mesmerizing stories, all of them. You talked about Ulta Yatra.
Ulta
Rath. Why is it Ulta?
Because Jagannath ji will go to Gundicha temple, so that happens. The main Rath Yatra, he has to come back also to temple, his place.
So he'll walk like.
So he'll come on the chariot, right?
But he'll walk Ulta?
The chariot will come Ulta.
Oh, okay.
U-turn. Just a U-turn. But it's called Ulta Rath. Rath is called Ulta. He went to Vrindavan, but he's coming back also now. Like that. Yeah. But the whole procession is same way they do it. I mean, you see, now on 16th we should watch. Especially, you'll find a huge, beautiful crown that they make. Dude, that crown is so huge. On the TV, you may not be able to make out. You stand next to it, and you'll find Jagannath ji dancing with that crown. At a particular time, they know Jagannath ji cannot go up with the crown on the chariot. Now it gets pulled out. Literally, they will snatch it. They will snatch and break that entire crown. That's a sight. How they do it, right? They will put, Jagannath ji has to go up. Now this has to, Can you imagine, take away crown? Very beautiful. But that's the interaction with the Lord and his devotees.
Why the murti move so much? They offer Jagannath ji?
Offer. Otherwise he will not go out. He has to be pushed. He has to drink. Then
Even the devotees will drink. Like, is it a
please
service?
don't drink. Actually have a cocktail or something. They don't drink. He's drunk on the love of his devotees.
Oh, okay.
What all people do, right? When they're in love, she loves me. She loves me. They're walking on the parapet wall. मैं आवारा हूँ, मैं दीवाना पागल हो गया, कहीं को बोल के आवारा है. But that happens, right? So he loves his devotees. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for this class and for the beautiful pastimes that you shared with us. Today I realized I had very little or no knowledge about Lord Jagannath, and I got to know so much about him, and I want to read more about the pastimes. Since in the interest of time, you did spend like almost an hour and a half sharing so much information with us, but is there some resource which we can refer to?
There's a book on Jagannath, right? And I read this book, Sham Jagannath. If you can share some nice lectures from Gaur Govind Maharaj or devotees, just spoke about, she can. And there's a book on Jagannath, very beautiful book on Jagannath, very nice pastimes there, a lot of good details there.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for enlightening us. I was curious when you said the names of the chariots. Can you quickly tell the names of the chariots?
I'll tell you. It's sometimes to remember those details, na? And all are Odia names sometimes. Or shall we finish the session and I'll give it to you separately?
Sure.
Fine?
Yes. Thank you.
Let us call it a day. Huh? I'll give it to you. So what do we do? We chant Prashanam prayers here, or without that only we have? Jagannath will like. अभी जगन्नाथ के बारे में सुना है. Yeah, there is no Prashadam prayers there. Simply honor Jagannath. And especially Jagannath Prasad is the beautiful pastime of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a jnani. When he becomes a devotee, how does Lord Chaitanya test him? If he has become a devotee, early morning before he is not even woken up, Lord Chaitanya comes with Jagannath Prasad and he puts in his hand and he eats it. Lord Chaitanya, you're a Vedic Brahmana. How did you eat without even brushing your teeth? And then he quotes a verse from Padma Puran, Prapti Matrena Bhoktavyam. Jagannath Prasad, no rules. Eat whatever. So Lord says, now you have become a devotee. So your reciprocation with Prasad also signifies if you are a devotee or not. And how do you deal with Prasad? Prasad is Krishna's mercy. Okay, thank you. I go. महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नाम ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्यवृतं राजन विश्वासो नैव जायते शरीरा विद्या जा जोड़ेन्द्रिय ताहिका जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तार मध्ये जीवापति लोभमय सुदुर्मति ताकवे ताकदिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ो दयोमय कोई बाग जीव जाय स्वप्रसादन दिलो भाव सैयन्ना कृपाओ राधा कृष्ण गुणगाओ प्रेम डाको श्री चैतन्य निताय जय निताय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. श्री जगन्नाथ प्रसाद की जय.
This grace tonight, Dr. Prabhu ki
Jai.